Hello and welcome to Let's Talk, a Mazars podcast about doing business in the time of COVID-19. In this series, we will hear from Mazars experts who've been helping clients navigate the business impact of coronavirus. They will tell us how their clients have been affected and what they've learned during the crisis, as well as how they have responded and what happens next. So, let's talk. Today's guest is Gareth Jones, who works with privately owned businesses around the world. He tells us about the priorities of founders and owners, the recently launched Reshape program, and why to never count an entrepreneur out.
Hello, my name is Gareth Jones, and I'm the global leader for privately owned business at Mazars.
How have your clients been affected in recent months?
The first stage of the crisis was for us to help the hard-hit sectors, our clients in the hospitality and leisure businesses, and many other sectors, to really understand and access government assistance. The second was to advise clients on the need to reforecast and rebudget, to look at the numbers and realise that much of what a business had predicted for 2020 was now out of the water. We found ourselves doing a lot of work on sensitivity analysis, looking at best and worst case scenarios. Working with privately owned businesses means working with their funding sources. Banks at first were fairly strict on criteria. I heard from a number of clients that when they went to ask for additional funding during the crisis, they were asked to come back after they'd sharpened their numbers and been more realistic about the length and depth of the crisis.
Could you share an example?
Generally, they were asked if they had thought about the measures they could take on top of the government assistance. So looking at landlord negotiations, salary discounts, and not just jumping on the business interruption loan schemes that were available. That's when my team came in, helping owners and managers professionalise the information they could share with banks and others, so that they understood what the business had planned more clearly. The third area we found ourselves helping a lot with, and something that is probably more common to privately owned business world than elsewhere, was shareholder and management conflict. When there's more than one owner, they often have different views on where the business is going at the best of times, and in these unforeseen times like these, clients have had tough conversations, and because we're so close to our clients, we've been helping them find a resolution in these muddy waters. That's what drove us to launch the Reshape program, a way to respond to clients' urgent needs and walk them through the steps necessary, not just to exit the crisis in the short term, but to set themselves up for long-term success. Reshape delivers a 3-year action plan with a combination of financial forecasting, planning and business operation. Interested businesses can find out more about the program at mazars.com.
What's your advice to someone listening?
My advice to businesses would typically be to reforecast financial information. Look at your bench strength, the people who are still part of the business. Think about your people. Have they got the skills to change the business model? Have you got enough people in the organisation to help you with this? Also think about innovating your business model. In hospitality, for example, we saw many quickly pivot in the UK to take advantage of relaxed takeaway rules, while also introducing apps for delivery and collection. Those are some of the positive steps forward that businesses should take with them. Digital advancements made real because of the crisis. Again, look at healthcare. Just 6 months ago, you had to ring up the practice and there was no way of getting referred online. Now you can be seen, diagnosed and referred without leaving your house. So there are reasons to think positive. There could also be new opportunities, if the capital is right, to acquire new businesses and go into new markets. The stronger privately owned businesses should be able to negotiate good prices for businesses in distress and hopefully turn a good profit on them. If you think you can take another business on now could be the time to do it. Organisations which are heavy on business development are also shifting how their business is done and finding new ways to generate leads. Some of the things I've seen done over the past few months and working well is online networking, helpful referrals, and a big shift to digital marketing. There's also been a great effort from leaders to focus on the sustainability of a business, and for leadership teams to finally get the strategy out of their heads and onto paper.
What are your predictions for what happens next?
It's been an interesting and hectic few months. In the initial 2-week period, I spoke to about 30 clients. And over the recent months, I've seen them make real tough decisions up close. Thankfully, founders and owners are particularly resilient and hardworking because they're so wedded to their businesses. Entrepreneurship is really a mindset. It's inbuilt, and I've seen this mindset put to work countless times since the crisis hit. Owners and founders are rarely deterred by challenging external conditions and will find a way to get through what stands in front of them. They will always find an opportunity out of a difficult situation. COVID-19 is another chance for them to prove that resilience once again.
Thanks for listening to Let's Talk, a podcast from Mazars about doing business in the time of COVID-19. If you have enjoyed this, you can find more by searching Mazars Let's Talk.